where your savings say something.
In Asheville,
Fans, don't forget about the Beer City Cup. Registration begins just 10 from now.
It's a beautiful day for soccer in Asheville, North Carolina. That's a little bit of a lie. I'm Matt Stradley. It's Asheville City Soccer Club hosting the East Atlanta Dutch Lions. The opening game of League Two play. We're on the campus of UNC Asheville Greenwood Field. The ominous skies look to be spitting rain on us for another 10 minutes before we've got a good window of about 2 hours to get this match in. This rain does not scare away really any of the fans. It's a solid turnout given how, I'm going to use a professional term here, yucky it is. I'd like to bring in my first half co-host, Josh Blake. Josh.
Yes, sir.
This is a team that's not scared of a little bit of rain, and neither is the newly minted Dutch Lions. It's a rebrand of the East Atlanta FC.
I mean, if either of these teams are scared of a little bit of weather, they should probably just go ahead and throw in the towel now.
That's
It's
fair.
going to be a long season, and rain is going to be the least challenging thing they face.
Taking a look at the starting lineups for Asheville City Soccer Club. It'll be Jared Payne in goal, Trevor McMullen in goal for the Dutch Lions. Asheville lining up in a 3-4-3 formation. Looks to be 4-3-3 for the Dutch Lions. We'll take you through the rest of the starting lineup. Right back, Ryan Marcano for the Dutch Lions. Across the center back, it's Omar Bodeka wearing number 5. And it's center back Owen Travis wearing number 17. Right back listed as, Ryan Mercado at the right back. Left back is Aaron Crabtree wearing number 15. As Asheville City trying to solidify a bit of possession.
Well, I already have some questions. Because I personally did not know that there were lions in Holland. I don't think they're native. Maybe there's a zoo.
Well, these Lions, and I got to tell you, East Atlanta 2 years ago, a fantastic team, went to the playoffs. Last year was not the year that I think any of them envisioned or wanted. It was definitely a down year. Talking to head coach Sam Walker before today's matchup, and he really likes the amount of work that they've done in the opening couple of months of this rebrand and the squad that he's been able to build.
Well, we'll get to have a first look at it today. Is this their first game of the season as well?
It is. This is the opening conference matchup for both of these squads. Scott Wells, second-year head coach of Asheville City.
And that ball's going to skip out of bounds, and he was called offside as well.
Yep, flag up on the far sideline. Horvano just a step early. We'll take you through the midfield of the Dutch Lions. It'll be Alejandro Lopez wearing 10. It'll be Nick Wenzer wearing number 6. And it'll be John Michael Torres wearing number 14. Across the top, your left wing, Victor Delgado. The right winger, Kadeem Agard. And the striker, Gavin Scott for the Dutch Lions. Dutch Lions in their orange, white shorts with the turnover. As it's Cornish who picks it off. Slid out. It'll be out for an Asheville City throw.
Already we're seeing some of the effect of the moisture out here on the pitch and the players.
It's a slick day. Nice bit of possession from Asheville City on the touch, trying to find some space. Oh, important intervention by the Dutch Lions as Asheville City looking to test the left side of that Dutch Lions defense. We'll walk you through Asheville City's starting lineup. Max Miller wearing number 3, Isaiah Vignali wearing number 14. It's a midfielder that head coach Scott Wells can't stop raving about. Down the sideline for Harvano, the cross. Looking at the top of the 6. Settled down by Vatney. Asheville City probing the East Atlanta Dutch Lions. Frank Gamez wearing number 5. Matty Cornish, last playing with Blythe in the Conference League North, wearing number 7. Scott Vatney wearing number 8. 11 for Alexis Ledoux, the French attacker. It'll be 16 for Alex Anderson, the Sweden native out of University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. It'll be Brazil's own Giancarlo Preto wearing number 19. It'll be Alex Orvano, who's really keeping the width on this left side of the Asheville City attack, and Abdul Manaf
hanging out over here in the press box with us some of the time, hiding from the Lions defense. They don't even notice him over here. I mean, if they find him.
It's going to be a good bit of space down the side.
And there it is.
There's the search. Held in well. Slid in and had to get it right. Kadeem Agar did just that. Pushed forward. That'll be a bit too adventurous, and they'll skip out over the end line for an Asheville City goal kick. Except Jarrett Payne intervenes. Alex Orvano out of France. Mars Hill, he's wearing our captain's armband for the Asheville City. He is standing on the touchline on this far left side.
Sometimes on the outside of it even. Nice
turn. It was a brave turn.
It really was. Last man back, you get that wrong and it's trouble.
Gamez is a brave defender out of Elon University, one of the Phoenix. CAA really is great at soccer. They've got Campbell coming in next year. James Madison's always very good. You've got William and Mary, which depending on the year may be good. Richmond.
Campbell's leaving. What are they, Big South?
Big South. This is their last year of the Big South. They're going to the CAA.
Now, what motivates a college to change conferences like that?
Typically, you have higher revenues. That push too far wide. It'll be out for an Asheville City throw. Good press by Horvano.
They pay the teams?
You have different deals with, your broadcasting. You have a different spectator base. Maybe a raise in competition level as well. Another thing is, does your conference support football, which is a big money sink and a revenue generator? Oh, look at this overlapping run. Magamez decided to put it in his pocket. Good press from the Dutch Lions. Magamez plays it back all the way for Payne. Payne calm on the ball. The UNC Greensboro product lifts it deep down the center of the pitch. That'll skip out of play. The ball skipping quickly off of this very wet natural grass.
Yeah, those long balls are it's going to take a lot of extra luck in getting it right to keep them from running out of bounds.
Josh blessed us with the national anthem before today's game, and it was a beautiful rendition as the sky's just now letting up, and I see sunlight over your right shoulder. Oh, kept it in. It's brilliant from Anderson. Anderson cutting to the box. Tackled away. The tackle ruled fair. It'll be out for a corner. And that was a play that, gosh, East Atlanta had to give just right, and it looked like they did.
Was that Usher yelling? Todd?
If he doesn't slide the ball out there, I think there's a very reasonable penalty shout, but the ball played first before the contact made.
Definitely. He definitely hit the ball. It looked like the City player was leaning in, maybe knew he was about to lose it and looked for the foul. Didn't get the call.
Anderson didn't have his footing right. Vignali pushes back. Vignali confident on the ball. Here is a player who, according to Scott Wells, you should see him playing at a high level, and he was a bit surprised that maybe Vignali wasn't drafted.
Right. Well, I don't know how that works coming out of college. If you need to go to a combine, I don't really know the technicals on that. I know that the Blues had at least 5 players, maybe 6, signed to MLS contracts after last season. So this might be a good place for him to find that contract.
Last night, Kimi Amiche playing for Huntsville in the MLS Next as he was drafted by Nashville. Looked good, came off in the 62nd minute.
Now, how does that work? MLS Next, I thought that was the youth league.
It's sort of the, you get drafted, and you're not onto the full roster, but you think that you have a development
You're
possibility.
on the B team or something?
Yeah, it's essentially that. That tipped out by East Atlanta FC.
Oh, is it MLS 2?
Basically MLS 2.
I feel like Ryan Belichick also made that move for the Timbers.
Yep, that sounds right.
I saw that.
Nice turn. Ledoux clips it up towards the top of the box. Settled now by Vatney.
I think we're going to be watching these players try to figure each other out a little bit, perhaps on both teams. First game of the season. But the match we saw last week, which I know you weren't here for, was a almost completely different roster for Asheville City for the friendly that they played. A lot of younger kids out there.
Meccano tackled it out well. That was a 3-0 win over Port City FC in 60. Was it 4?
Yeah.
On the
that
turn.
That could be a penalty. Ref says no.
They'll give it a goal kick. Breath held.
Speaking of Kemi Amiche, you know, last season he came here and lit up the Blues. Who's going to score 5 goals a game for Asheville City this year?
Ledoux is so quick on the ball. He's quick. He's clever. Anderson is a great player. That'll be out and untouched. It'll be an Asheville City throw. Asheville City with the balance of possession through the first nearly 10 minutes. Anderson, the large target forward out of Sweden, as that's Cobra Kai'd out.
Yeah, really was.
It's Horvano to throw in. The Mars
we
Hill
have guys
captain.
like, it looks like, is that Josiah Blanton on the bench right now for City? Yeah, and he was a starter last year, wasn't he? So
this is a very competitive roster.
For sure.
Held in brilliantly by Gamez. The battle in the midfield. Asheville City once again gaining control. Orvano has it around the sideline. Nifty bit of defending as Torres slides in. Everybody raises their hand. It'll be Asheville City throw. Looking for Anderson. Anderson trying to turn the corner. Has the corner turned. Looking up. Anderson cross in low. Scooped and had to get it right. McMullen right there. Shouts of encouragement for Anderson from Scott Wells. "11 minutes down into the first half. Tipped away. Boy, Asheville City, every time it looks like East Atlanta have something building, the Dutch Lions will see a blue jersey kind of snip in.
Yep.
Right now, it's all Asheville City in possession.
And we haven't seen the Lions really possessing the ball in their offensive third yet.
McNally lets it run by. Good step by. He's got room down the sideline. Oh, it's a brilliant pass. Orvano is the target.
Again, on a dry day, that might have made it to his target. It's a little slick out here. So the sun is kind of breaking through the clouds, though. The rain has
Is that what that thing's called over there?
Yeah, it's the sun.
It's a bit bright. If you look off to the left, and that's to the east, you've got dark clouds. The ball held in brilliantly by Ledoux. Ball held in brilliantly by Kadeem Agard, but couldn't keep control through the touch. Trying to find Horvano down the sideline again. This is going to bounce out to him. He'll have possession in a little bit of space. Touched in. The run for Ledoux.
Oh.
Now here comes East Atlanta trying to build from the back. Vignali runs in front and cuts out what looked to be a 5-on-4 break. And Vignali making East Atlanta turn around, stifled that.
Yep. Good work by him getting back.
Coach Wells raves about Vignali, that when he's not in possession, he's very likely to win it back. Oh, that's got to be
a card. That's got to be a card.
That might be red. My goodness.
Be a red. I would imagine a red. He's just going to give him a
yellow. Oh, it's a yellow.
I mean, that was last defender back.
There's nobody between him and the goal. My goodness.
It looked like he was in on goal.
In the 14th minute of play, Caution issued to number 5, Omar Budeka.
Budeka, a lucky boy that he's only got a yellow.
Budeka cautioned in the 14th minute.
A very lucky boy.
Very lucky.
Ooh.
I mean, I would have given him a red, but I'm just.
It's to be
I'm
wondered.
Just a Blues fan. So.
It's fair. It's a fair point that and it's a good acknowledgement that you. It'll be a free kick standing over it for Asheville City. Vatne. Horvano kicks right into the wall. Horvano gets it back, loops it in, nodded on, saved by Big Mullen. A deflection by Ledoux.
Alex Ledoux with the header on frame.
Ledoux applying pressure. East Atlanta going back to go forward. Here are the Dutch Lions trying to play through the lines. Now over the top of the lines. One touch settled, played through. Gets it to the end line, clip forward, dangerous ball, and is pushed up and out of trouble. And that was Horvano who hit the slip and slide, couldn't get the kick. It'll be East Atlanta throw-in, but that was the first bright opportunity for them in the 15 minutes into this contest.
Right, and perhaps almost one of the most dangerous ones. There was a loose ball in the box.
Kadima Guard, brilliant on the ball. Nice step over. Back to the top. Here's Lopez. Gives it off, and now East Atlanta moving back. It'll go through Travis. Now attacking the right side of the Asheville City defense, settling back down. Marcano. Heavy touch, gets it poked away. East Atlanta settling back onto it. Lifting one over the top, trying to find the run of Scott. Scott loses it out. It'll be an Asheville City goal kick.
And again, the turf making it a challenge.
The brilliance of the natural grass is it's so much better on those soft tissue injuries. The downside is it's occasionally like playing on a slip and slide. Now, I would argue that playing on a slip and slide is super fun.
It is.
Unless you're a defender, in which case it is not fun at all. I am neither, so I will continue to call it fun. Yeah. The PA announcer, Bobby Somerville, pointing out that unless you're an elite athlete, which there are 22 of them on the pitch, it's a fair point. Can still be a bit of fun from time to time, especially if you're an attacker watching those defenders slip and slide around. Played through the middle of the pitch. Asheville City pushes wide. Try and find Ledoux, and it trickles off of his toe. Just a bit too adventurous. Fighting an Agard who's pushing down the right side. Agard tries to check it back, does so well. Looking up for options. It'll be Torres who plays it back. Through the first 17 minutes, Josh, how are you feeling as a Asheville City supporter?
Well, I like our forward movement. I do think that we look like we can be threatening this season with the players that are on the pitch right now. Not a lot to really discuss about the defense yet. There hasn't been a lot of activity there. But, you know, the Blues trying to set a tone this evening. And that's a ball that is maybe not going to reach
It's just too much off the turf. And there was the break. It was 3-on-2. Asheville City, the distribution just not good enough, as it was sprinting Ledoux who couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, and Ledoux looked like he had his defender beat there. If the ball was right, he was in.
Asheville City doing a good job of just, with intentional pressure and knowing when to press as a team. They're not really going off on fishing expeditions one at a time.
No, and you know, that's something to be thinking positively about. We want this team to be able to build together and work together, and you know, it being a summer season and everybody coming from different places, it always takes a minute. I always feel like the first couple games is a little bit of a crapshoot. You know, it's a little bit of like, who do you draw against? and how quickly can your team gel. Those are kind of the two deciding factors in the USL2 season. Not a lot of time for these guys to get to know each other. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm looking pretty hard right now. I don't think there's a single player on the Asheville City team who was on the roster last year on the pitch right now.
Manaf with a fantastic turn. Vignali
was not on the roster.
Was there
last
2
year.
years ago.
Yeah, he's been here before. He's played, but just to, you know, that's just a little bit of insight into how quickly things have to come together for these
Shot
guys.
by Anderson, finds it.
An amazing
Anderson,
Wow.
1-2 touch out of the feet, the right-footed shot rifling past Trevor McMullen. Alex Anderson out of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, makes it Asheville City 1.
Are you sure?
Dutch Lions none.
Oh, we have his number wrong here.
Anderson, number 16.
Oh, 16.
scores
Okay, he's
in the
not 19.
20th
My bad.
minute. Your Blues lead 1-0.
What a shot by Anderson. Honestly,
Wow, what an amazing strike. And you know what? That was exactly what you want. You know, go ahead and put it on frame. It's slick. He kept it low. It just took one little skip. The keeper had no time to react to it. What a strike. That's impressive. And you know what? Last season, I felt like a lot of our goals were coming from midfield. So having a striker that you can count on for goals is one thing that Asheville City hasn't. I mean, we've had some good strikers in our history, but it's hard to find one that you can count on for goals, and maybe that's a tale of things to come for the Blues.
Anderson opportunistic. He's been pushing the back line for the opening 20 minutes, and that goal probably not his best chance, honestly, but he made it work.
30 yards out or something. He was a distance.
Trying to find Anderson again. Anderson going to get onto the end of it, steps over, trying to get around his defender. Defender does a great job. Contact called. It'll be a free kick. Is good little bit of sportsmanship. Anderson helping the defender back up. A 1-0 Asheville City over the Dutch Lions. Clipped heel spotted, and then it'll be a quick restart for the Dutch Lions. The Dutch Lions trying to play through the center of the pitch. Marcano on the right side. Tackled back in. Fatney giving it a good run. Agert has it tackled away. East Atlanta has something working through the middle. The flag goes up a little bit late, but a Dutch Lion spotted in an offside position. I think rightly so. It was about a step from my vantage point, so the official right there on the play. It's been an exciting 22 minutes to start the USL2 season. It's the East Atlanta Dutch Lions taking on Asheville City SC. Matt Stradley here with Josh Blake, who's been kind enough to join us for the first half.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Always.
I just happened to be here. But I also am always grateful for the opportunity to talk Blues with you. And now that the rain has stopped, it's turning into a real beautiful evening.
It really is. Beautiful mountain weather. Got our shoulders shrugging a little bit. Why wouldn't we? 22 minutes, 30 seconds gone in the contest.
And Atlanta looking to try to piece something together here so they can show that they came to win today.
It was about 15 minutes where Asheville City had not only the balance, but the majority. I mean, not even a close majority of possession. It felt like about the 15, 16-minute mark, East Atlanta, the Dutch Lions had found a foothold in the match. They were starting to push down the right side. They were starting to push down the left side, getting into some dangerous positions. But it was a quick strike from Anderson in a moment of transition.
Right, and a little bit unexpected, a little bit from nowhere where the goal came from. But now we can see the Lions being patient and getting their whole team on the Blues half of the field, which is which is what you want to do. They seem to want to attack in possession, not as much of a counterattack strategy right now.
Trying to find Agard. Agard cuts to the middle. Good one-touch passing. Delgado pushes it back. That was a good little bit of interplay from East Atlanta. The overrun by Mercado on the right side is where that's dangerous, that bit of interplay. And I think if Delgado spots the run of Mercado, and he's called into action again on the right side, then that becomes a very dangerous play. Wanzer through the midfield. Now testing out the right side of the Asheville City defense, trying to clip one over the top. Knocked down, Asheville City. Onto it momentarily. Headed out, not away. Flipped in. This is good for East Atlanta. Into the box. Turning away, and it's stolen away by Max Miller. Originally from Lexington, the University of Kentucky product. Coming in at the vital moment. Vignali through the middle of the pitch. Gets taken down.
That's another card for sure.
And quickly to the pocket, pulling it out. A yellow card. East Atlanta Dutch Lions second of the contest.
A caution issued.
Vignali doing remarkably well there to get away from a couple defenders.
Victor Delgado
and break forward.
In the 25th minute of play.
Who knows what would have happened if he wasn't fouled there, but Blues were moving forward with pace.
I think it was a professional foul. I think that Ledoux making a run down the left side makes that dangerous.
I think we have to call them semi-professional
Oh,
fouls.
yeah, it's a semi-professional foul.
Citing a supporter of soccer in Asheville for more than 3 decades.
Asheville City now in possession. That was a good look from Vignali, who carries the ball forward very well.
He really does.
And there's Vignali on the ball again. Eyes up, trying to slot one down to the right side. Nodded forward.
You know, Vignali was, for what it's
a bit of a shove in the back, and now taking out some of the signage. Matty Cornish.
Yeah, we've got a player down over there who was shoved into the barricades, it looks like.
And they're going to call a goal kick. And Coach Scott Wells incensed. And Coach Wells
and the Asheville City coaches are infuriated by the push that endangered their player there. Who was that?
Oh, if that push is getting called, then this is becoming a yellow card. That was an embellishment. That's a bit ridiculous.
Who got the card there?
I think we're starting to wonder about that particular call. My goodness.
How is that a card and
that's not?
And the other one's not.
Honestly, if that's poorly spotted. It'll be a dangerous free kick for the Dutch Lions. A whistle and we're underway. Manaf is spotted. The curling ball back post, and it's just overcooked. It'll be a goal kick.
Issued in the 28th minute.
Looks like there might be a
for Asheville City.
referee coming over to talk to Coach Wells. Coach Wells having a word with him about trying to protect his players.
It's a player safety issue. Talked to Coach Wells before the season. Kemi Amiche was the target last year of what he felt were some very firm fouls. And so this year he wants to make sure that safety is the #1 goal.
Folks, today's live stream and archive brought to you by Independent Arts and Music of Asheville, preserving and promoting our city's creative community.
Interesting.
You can find
28 minutes gone. It'll be a goal kick for Asheville City. Taken short, pushed wide, saved in. The pressure working now. Tipped wide. Here comes the cut into the box. It's going to be dangerous. Boosted out. It'll be a throw for East Atlanta as the scrambling defense from the Asheville City Blues. Curling shot, low, and it's scooped by Payne. Had to get it right. Did just that.
You know, I turned us into a nonprofit this year. We're a nonprofit now. First, it's been like 11 years or something now. We did it. We're adults.
East Atlanta starting the pressure very high. And a tough kick. And Delgado already on a yellow.
Yeah, and speaking to that, you know, we do want to keep the kids safe out here. I mean, it's a summer league. You know what I mean? It's important. Of course, everybody wants to win, but wow, safety first. These boys have a lot of career ahead of them, and a lot of them looking forward to their seasons in the fall at their respective universities. So yeah, I understand the coaches being upset, trying to make sure their players are taken care of properly by the referees.
Knocked down. Tried to hold it in. Orvano losing his footing. It'll be a Dutch Lions throw near sideline. Good bit of interplay. Good one-touch passing. And a vital interception. As Matty Cornish.
That ball was just a little too. Oh.
The battle on the far sideline. There's Aggard, who's switched sides. A slide tackle. And here comes East Atlanta trying to play over the top. Nodded away by Manaf.
Smartly.
This broadcast brought to you in part by 828 Dental, Acropolis, Color Tones, and Highland Brewing. Along with
great
Eagles.
Touch by Orvano.
Just Play. Local Barber.
Not a bad look there if the Blues can collect it.
And Navitat. Nodded into an area that he had to. That was brilliantly played by the Dutch Lions. Now, Aggard trying to work down the far sideline. Oh, what a tackle away by Vignali. Catching up to Aggard, had to get it right, and did just that.
And Aggard seeming to be a part of anything positive so far for the Lions.
He's brilliant on the ball. His touch is exquisite. And he is a handful for the Asheville City Blues for sure. Anderson giving chase. It'll go all the way back for McMullen. 31 minutes gone in the contest. Trying to switch the point of attack, bringing in Mercano. Back for McMullen. McMullen. Wide. Mercano again. Has some space. Tipped and stepping in. Vital by Gamez. Back for Payne. Payne one touch.
Under pressure.
And the high press from the Dutch Lions. A little 1-2 game as Vignali very comfortable in the pressure. Finds a bit of a release valve through Giancarlo Preto. 32 and change gone. Here's Gamez. Orvano flips one over the top. It'll be Anderson giving chase. Way, way away as McMullen plays one deep down the center. That'll get all the way to Payne. 1-0 Asheville City, 33 minutes gone.
How's your crypto doing?
Not great, bro.
I mean, we can keep talking about the game.
No, it's yeah. I am less than pleased with my imaginary money.
Well, let's imagine it.
Out for
a lot more.
Oh yeah, no, we can. If it's imaginary, why not imagine more of it?
For the Blues.
Corner kick for Asheville City. The last one, a headed shot came out of it on a second ball in. It'll be Orvano over to take the corner for the Blues. Gavin Scott over on the near sideline, right at the midfield mark. He's going to stay up top. Vignali charged with marking him.
Over 40, that's in co-ed divisions, now over 50 playing every week. Visit abasa.info.
It'll be an in-swinging, left-footed from Orvano, looking back post. Important intervention by McMullen, punches it, and will do it again, this time from the other side. McMullen had to get it right, and Superman punched it away well.
And he needed to. I wonder if we'll see any substitutions during this half. Asheville City not warming any players up yet. East Atlanta.
It's just a light walk.
Yeah.
Stretching out the calves.
There's a couple folks walking around over there. And the corner kick for the Blues. Service.
Look near post, nodded forward. Still in trouble. Asheville flipping it up. Here's Orvano. Left wide. One touch, the curler into the box, deflected. Scott flipping it out. A foul spotted. And that's Delgado again on the foul. That's his second foul after the issuance of a yellow. Orvano standing over the kick, along with Vatne. Orvano gives way to Vatne. It'll be an in-swinging ball off the right foot of Vatne. Curling in, top of the box, nodded away. Held in by Max Miller. Haggard has it. The press. McMullen. Oh, it's a brilliant nod on. Haggard. Scott flipping it forward. Preto had it. And it's stolen back by East Atlanta.
Ooh.
The ball towards the top of the box. And Delgado, eyes wide.
That's interesting. I guess that was not a pass back. I guess they just thought that was maybe a...
I think it was an intentional deflection, but I certainly don't think he had any control over where it was
Jared
going.
Picked it up. The keeper picked it up, and I don't know. I thought that was risky to pick that up. But, hey, everything seems fine.
I would say, because the verbiage is it has to be an intentionally played ball, correct?
Ooh.
That was a firm but fair tackle. However, Asheville City spotted on the infraction.
Vignali talking to the referee, saying, hey, this kid came in, cleats up on me. I saw him leave his feet 2 cleats up, so referee didn't seem to mind it.
Asheville City Soccer Club.
Dangerous area. Kind of at the far reaches of a dangerous area.
And the Highland Football Club. 2 Highland Football Club teams.
Well, there's a ball in the net. We'll see if that's removed before.
Good luck to them, and thanks.
Now the head official spotting it. .37 and change gone in the contest. Looks to be a left-footed distribution for the Dutch Lions. Curling towards the top of the 6. Payne.
Ooh.
Oh, my
Payne,
goodness.
Remarkable save. He had to do it.
It was Owen Travis who came in and got a header onto frame. Payne had to get it right. Did. Saves it over the bar. Corner kick for East Atlanta.
It'll be a corner kick.
Payne proving why he's
Atlanta.
first choice today. Could have been a goal. It was a great effort.
It'll be a in-swinging left-footed service. Delgado, the short option. Looking back post, punched away, Payne. The volley from Agard, left short, nodded away. It'll get out for a East Atlanta throw.
And East Atlanta knocking right here.
It's been a good period of possession for the Dutch Lions. Agard trying to chest it down, tips it away. East Atlanta still in possession. Flag up on the near sideline. It'll be a pressure valve release for the Asheville City Blues.
Yeah, and they'll be grateful for that. The Lions really showing that they're not trying to go down without a fight here at Greenwood Field this evening.
39 minutes gone in the contest. 6 minutes left in regular time before halftime.
Excellent patient care. That's 828.
McNally takes it short. Good touch. Horvano plays it down the sideline. Looking for Ledoux.
Ledoux trying to body the East Atlanta player off the ball. Unable to do it.
Tipped forward. Scott has it. Vignali somehow out-muscling everybody. Able to stay on the ball. Back for Payne. Down the far sideline for Asheville City. And it's given back to East Atlanta. 5 minutes left to go in this half, plus stoppage time. One touch, looking at options, played through the middle. Pushed wide. Good bit of possession from East Atlanta. Just playing keep away on the near sideline from Asheville City. And you're seeing great possession from John Michael Torres.
And the Lions having the bulk of the possession in these last 15 minutes here.
Agard found a bit of space, left it for Lopez. Lopez working around to the top, still has some space. The shot, Payne, what a stop near post.
Jared Payne with the save.
There's a rainbow happening now.
Oh yeah, just over the East Atlanta goal. Another loose clearance. Vignali getting in, winning it back. Here comes Asheville City working quickly. Ledoux was on a run.
Horvano over here.
Horvano settles it with a lot of space. Looks up. Runners coming into the box, looking far post. Nearly finding the head of Max Miller, who's crashing far post. It'll be out for an Asheville City throw. Final 3 minutes of the first half, plus whatever stoppage time is added on. Played up the sideline. Asheville City in possession. Here's Gamez. Gamez. Calm in possession. Preto trying the switch. Little bit far. It's going to be a very long run. Still giving chase, and that'll be out for a East Atlanta Dutch Lions throw deep in their own territory. 2 minutes left to go, plus stoppage time in the first half.
Correct.
Forgot to add that part. Asheville City able to seize on the ball, moving through the lines. Cornish looks up, cross top of the box, the header.
Out of bounds. It was deflected.
Off the outside of the post and out. Asheville City looking probably their most dangerous on that quick attack, that quick break, that transitional period.
Yeah.
It'll be 1 extra minute of stoppage time. Gamis plays it all the way back for Payne. One-touch settle. Pushed wide for Gamis. Oh, pushed through brilliantly. Asheville happy in possession. Back across the back line for Preto. Encouraging the East Atlanta press forward. Tackled away. Here comes East Atlanta. They've got about 90 seconds with which to try to find the equalizer in the first half. The dangerous Gavin Scott crossing one in. Tipped away. Ooh, Aggard nearly able to flip one around, looking for Anderson deep. Knotted up. It was 1-on-2. Delgado turns, has some space. Looking up, pushes it wide. Ledoux trying to close down Mercano. Oh, what a nifty bit of footwork from Delgado. Delgado out for Mercano. Mercano working down the far sideline. Shoulder to shoulder with Ledoux. Trying to cross it in. It's tipped out. It'll be, no, it is just held in, and it'll be a goal kick played off of Mercano.
I think the Lions, though, down a goal, have something to go to the locker room with. They've really been in the Blues half for the better part of the last 20 minutes.
It's been a good spell of possession. Asheville City, when they're being patient in possession, they look to build well, but sometimes maybe a bit too willing to move through the lines, or do you think it's the conditions, or do you think it's a combination?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things for sure. I mean, fortunate to have a goal on the scoreboard because of that incredible strike, but at the same time, the slick surface, the players getting familiar with each other. I think everybody will be able to take a breath now and go back to the locker room, talk about it, and it should be a really exciting second half.
Second half, we are looking forward to see the whistles blown, and we send the players to the locker room. 45 minutes left to play, but for now, it's halftime from Greenwood Field. It's been a beautiful half. Asheville City leading 1-0. If you're the Dutch Lions, you've got to feel good. Like you said, Josh, how that half ended. You were pushing and got into some dangerous locations.
Right. I think it was a tale of two halves in that half, where in the first half, Asheville City came out really ready to go, and the Lions looked like they were trying to figure it out, and they did partway through the half. Really started to connect and build and maintain possession up the field, and created a lot of dangerous chances. Jarrett Payne called into action a few times. In fact, I would say they're unlucky to not have one.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I think there have been 4 really good scoring chances, 2 for each team, and I'd even call the Anderson goal, really, it came off of a half chance that was just struck and skipped so brilliantly off the turf.
Right. Honestly, was the least expected chance of the game, and it was the one that worked.
We send you to the halftime break. It's Asheville City 1, East Atlanta Dutch Lions 0. 45 minutes left to play in this contest. For Josh Blake, Matt Stradley back after this. We're back moments from the start of the second half, and no longer moments. Asheville City getting us started. One change in the break. It'll be Clay O'Barra wearing number 17 for Asheville City. Coming on, the James Madison product. Coming on in place of Matty Cornish. Matt Stradley now joined by Ben Neal. Ben, we've had a beautiful opening 45. Periods of great play by both teams. Yeah, if you're an East Atlanta fan, you have to like the last 20 minutes of the first half, and honestly, a bit unlucky that it's not level at 1.
Agreed, they grew into the game. I think the conditions favored them. First 20 minutes, it was so slick, couldn't get much going, and then the pitch started to slow down there, and they were able to start moving the ball around and really were dangerous there. So we'll see what kind of team talk Scott Wells gave at halftime and see how Asheville City comes out here.
Good distribution from McMullen, looking far sideline. Oh, nifty bit of play. Asheville City through the middle of the pitch. The trouble, it seems, you've got two players, Marcano, who's been great, the right back on the overlap, and you've got Kadeem Agard, the right wing player who's been really trouble on the ball. And East Atlanta's been, specifically in the last half of the first half, very comfortable in possession.
It's interesting to see a guard start on the left in the first half, moved over then to the right, and it looks like a guard's moved back.
It's a handy attacking winger that can play both left and right side. A foul spotted on Asheville City. It'll be blown on against Miller. It'll be a free kick given to Victor Delgado. The blue smoke popped by the South Slope Blues, now coming across the field. McMullen hasn't had to deal with it because it hasn't really been in East Atlanta's side of the pitch. The ball hasn't in the opening 3 minutes or so.
They certainly turn up the volume when they've got a keeper near them on the opposing team, so expect it to get loud.
Marched off by Alejandro Lopez. Lopez will bring a left foot through this ball. Looks like they're queuing up at the back post. And curling, swirling, knotted down into a very dangerous area. And Asheville City just a half step ahead. East Atlanta narrowly missing another opportunity.
It's a great delivery, had good whip.
A good header down into a dangerous area, and that's all you can do. Play on, says the official. It'll be a goal kick. That time Scott trying to draw the foul, unable to do so. In the eyes of the official, it'll be a goal kick as Jarrett Payne set for the distribution. Leaves it short for Giancarlo Preto. The high press really is a lot, and aggregate steps in the way. And Asheville City nearly wins it back, but now it's the Dutch Lions seizing onto the end of it. Through the blue haze. Budeka. Good turn. Boy, Victor Delgado's been really bright for East Atlanta, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and it's be interesting to see how he plays the second half. He's on a yellow, and he had 3 or 4 kind of tic-tac fouls after that yellow, so we'll have to monitor that one.
Knotted down. He hasn't gotten sort of that final warning that you would expect somebody on a yellow to get for persistent infringement. So I think he still can play with some freedom. You know, he just doesn't have to really worry about that yet, I don't think. Here comes the press. The flag up. Goes straight away as Gavin Scott. That was good communication by Asheville City's back line, taking that step up.
It's interesting to see these guys try to hold those lines and find their rhythm here, and most of them playing together for the first time, and impressive to see everybody on the same wavelength here.
Looped back. Vignali through the middle of the pitch.
So calm on the ball.
Trying to spread it wide. Oh, good foot ahead. Now needed and necessary intervention by the Dutch Lions midfield. There's the width, calling in Delgado. Crabtree plays it back, and they'll try the other side. Max Miller marking the run. Skipping off. Good touchdown. Delgado cycles it around for Crabtree. Wanzer.
Good ball to the back post, stood it up.
Just a bit too far for Aggard, who's the target of the Dutch Lions.
Love of soccer at Old London Road. Not only a dedicated soccer pub, they have an extensive
1-0 Asheville City, 50 minutes into the matchup.
Clear emphasis from the Dutch Lions to find Delgado in a guard. It's really been the danger men for them and really settled into this match. They're the most dangerous side right now, certainly.
Gavin Scott, certainly a risk when he gets the ball in a dangerous position, but right now he's just done a better job of creating space. And that was a good win. Good one touch. Asheville City stepping in at the vital moment. Max Miller asking for it. Aggard steps in. Aggard looking to strike quickly. Sliding down, and it'll be held in somehow by Asheville City. Played wide. Boy, Asheville City looked to me to be almost forfeiting a corner. But East Atlanta able to seize possession back. East Atlanta dangerous again in the second half, coming out of the locker room with that momentum that they've wrested away from Asheville City towards the end of the first half. One change already for the Blues.
Be interested to see how Cleo Barra plays here coming on in the second half. He was a real weapon for the Blues last year. Pure pace coming off the left side. See if they can get him some service here in the second half.
Flipped up over the top. Nodded away. It'll be an East Atlanta throw.
Manoff's had a really good game so far. He's been really composed.
As Manoff ushers it over the end line, it'll be a goal kick for the Blues.
Benz, do you have moisture problems in your crawl space? Does your home smell musty and you don't know why?
It was the strike
Crawl Space Ninja.
from Alex Anderson. The difference in this matchup, maybe a quarter step inside the box. Just wrapped one with his right foot, skidding off of a very wet turf.
That was the time to do it. Those first 20 minutes, any ball hitting the turf was just skipping off of it, and it was smart from Anderson. The other difference in that first half, Jared Payne kept the Blues in it with 2 or 3 fantastic saves.
Bounding ball. Header won by Asheville City. They'll play it forward, looking for Anderson. Knotted up, not away by Travis. Asheville City looking to find Anderson. It slid out. It'll be an Asheville City throw. Taking it, thought about taking it quickly. Anderson put it back in the pocket. Saw the run from Obara down the left sideline. Decided to take a breath, take a break, and let's see if that was the right call, as Asheville City now looking to hold a bit of possession. Ledoux hits the ground. Tightly marked by Budeka. I think the officials got that right. Wasn't a lot in it. It was more of a slip than a contact.
I think the refs played it well so far. It's hard to discern as Delgado comes down the wing.
That's just a touch too deep, maybe 2.5 steps away from being in a real problem area for Delgado. It'll be a goal kick for Asheville City.
I think it's been good refereeing. It's been hard to discern sometimes what's the difference between a slip and a kick, and I think he's done well to manage the game. Certainly his tempers were flaring some in the first half.
And I think the magnification of what would normally be just a small shove and something that you ignore becomes, with the wetness of the pitch, something that causes, outsized reactions, slips, falls, and how much of it is the cause of a push, how much of it is the cause of a pull, how much of it is the cause of the turf and the fact that it's basically playing on a slip and slide.
Absolutely.
Not discernments that I would want to make.
I think he's done a good job doing it so far.
Ganes has it. Leaves it back. Here's Manaf. Batney trying to hold the possession.
Good strength, shields the ball well there. Referee looks like he plays advantage there.
Played over the top. Around the side. Just unable to get onto the end of it. Ran out of pitch. Again, on the far sideline, Horvano, who caused a lot of trouble with the width of his play in the first half. That was our first look of him in the second half.
Please join us in thanking Mission Health for their continued support of Asheville City
10 minutes
Soccer.
into the second half, and it's been a lot of East Atlanta, Asheville City, just over the past couple of minutes, finding their possession. Oh, nice turn. Clipping one over the top, and it'll be a foot race. And a foul spotted. It'll be a free kick to Asheville City.
I've been really impressed by Preto this evening. I think his composure on the ball has been brilliant. He's been knocking it around the back, but finding a lot of pleasure in stopping the run as well.
It's been a composed back line from both sides. I think
Agreed.
You look at the center backs of Boudicca, who's done brilliantly. Owen Travis has done brilliantly. If you call out a defender's name, it's usually not for a good reason. Owen Travis had a great shot on goal.
Absolutely.
And arguably, if it weren't for a top-drawer save from Jarrett Payne, I mean, that's the type of a header that deserves honestly deserves a goal.
And the set-piece delivery from the Dutch Lions has been really dangerous, and that's where their big center backs can get forward and be dangerous.
Touchdown dangerous. It has to be knocked away, and it is. It'll be an East Atlanta throw on the far sideline.
Safety first for Horvano there. Payne came, but Horvano had to clear his lines.
Far sideline. Haggard, who's been one of my favorite players in this match. Substitution in the offing for the Dutch Lions. It'll be a Dutch Lions throw on the far sideline.
Substitution for East Atlanta.
It'll be coming off of the pitch, Alejandro Lopez, the midfielder, Stan DeVries, coming on in relief.
Alejandro Lopez, DeVries for Lopez, officially in the 59th minute of play.
Lopez had put a great shift there in the middle. No surprise to see him come off. He had run himself ragged there.
And you wonder if it's a 1-for-1 with DeVries. We'll see how he plays. Bit of a hesitation trying to get the options available. Haggard and Scott had presented themselves. Now flicked into a good area. Good shift. It'll be pushed wide. Boudicca. Delgado. Delgado looking to change the point of attack. Leaves it a bit short. Played through the middle. Nice one touch.
This is where Obara's dangerous.
Looking up. Good bit of footwork from Obara. Switches over to the top. Ledoux trying to push wide. Kind of skiffed it a bit, but got to its destination. Vignali, who's been calm and patient. Sort of a more defensive-minded midfield role for Vignali today.
Certainly unafraid to pick up the ball and drive forward, though, as well.
Tough play for Manaf. Payne back into it. He's going to push through the middle of the pitch. Anderson came on to collect it, and it was knotted forward by Obara. McMullen read the defense well. It's wide for Crabtree. 60 minutes gone, 30 left to play, plus any stoppage time. Pushed wide for Aaron Crabtree. The left back looks up, tries to play one over the top. Manaf, his pass gets through. Good turn. Patney pushes it wide for Obara. Obara trying to get onto the end of it. Oh, and it's tackled away brilliantly. Boy, the Dutch Lions had to get that timed just right, and he did just that.
It was a brilliant tackle.
Have that. Owen Travis, a fantastic tackle. Not only is he good at headers from corners, he's a good defender as well. That clipped off into the night sky. It'll be an Asheville City throw on the far sideline. That one nearly down to the Arboretum. Bignali loses his footing. East Atlanta seizing on possession. Nice back little roll. Here comes East Atlanta on the far sideline. Through the middle of the pitch. Looking sprightly forward, carrying the ball forward, clipped away. It'll get all the way to Payne. Payne in no hurry. That played off. Well, the Dutch Lions, it'll be a Asheville City throw near sideline. Good one-touch pass, scooped up high, trying to find Anderson. Anderson battling for it, but didn't win the header. Clipped wide, Aggard is going to bring it down. Aggard has a runner in front, tries to find it, slips to the ground, keeps possession somehow. Good back heel, here's Aggard coming through. Aggard looking for the shot deflected, it'll be out for a corner kick. Manaf had to get it right and did just, didn't he?
Really important deflection there, and Asheville City have to find their way back into this game. The Dutch Lions have the field tipped on its head here. One-way traffic mostly.
As we wait for the corner kick.
Obara down with a knock, it looks like.
I want to thank some of the sponsors for Asheville City and the broadcast. Would like to thank Noble Hard Cider, PMC, Savage Electric, Songbird, and Summit.
City temporarily playing with 10 men here with Obara off the pitch. Looking to get a substitution in here, but important moments here for City with 10 men.
It'll be as Jared Payne scoops it up. The substitution now handed off. It'll be taken to the fourth official.
Next one.
The East Atlanta head coach Sam Walker saying that there was a punch from Max Miller on the near sideline. I was looking at the substitutions coming in. I didn't see the punch, or
we were blocked by our tent a little bit here. Couldn't see what was going on the ground, but certainly a quick reaction from the Dutch Lions to say there was a punch, and
they were fairly close onto it as well. So
they were. Tempers flared with a barricade in the first and a punch in the second. Alleged punch, that is.
There'll be a trio of substitutions now for Asheville City. ties, 15, 18, and 25.
Substitutions for Asheville.
It's going to be Juan Ballas, Kieran Richards, and Chao Oliveira. East Atlanta throw near sideline.
Substitutions for Asheville now in the match. Number 18, Kieran Richards. Number 25, Chao Oliveira. And number 15, Juan Ballas.
Look at the job here as moving forward. Vignali, he's nearly through on goal. Tackled from behind. And ruled a fair tackle on the pitch, and here comes East Atlanta the other way. Boy, Vignali through on goal, sliding in from behind. Pushed forward again. Manaf stepping in at the vital moment, can't get clear his lines.
It was a storming solo run there from Vignali and took a crunching tackle to
brilliantly done. East Atlanta enjoying the possession. Chao Oliveira wearing number 25, Kieran Richards, 18, and Juan Ballas wearing number 15 for Asheville City.
City's looking for some impact substitutions here. We're 22 minutes into the second half, and it's been virtually all Dutch Lions, save for one or two chances for City, particularly with that Vignali run just a minute ago.
And Cleo Barra, who had just come on to start the second half, just 20 minutes in, has been taken off with a bit of a knock. Touchdown by Richards. Richards looking forward. And ushered into the hands of McMullen. McMullen begging that ball to roll just a touch faster. 68 minutes gone in the contest. 22 left to go. Vignali wins the header. It'll be out. Nope, sailed in on the far sideline by Asheville City. Ballas plays it back. Vignali turning, still in trouble, loses out. And a foul spotted.
Ooh.
And Vignali will get the yellow card.
Dutch Lions coaching staff unhappy with that. A clear advantage for the Dutch Lions, and referee brings it back to caution there. You wonder if they were looking for the caution after the play.
That's the second yellow card for Asheville City. Now both teams square with 2 cards apiece. 1-0 on the scoreline for Asheville City. This is where East Atlanta, the Dutch Lions, have looked bright. I mean, they've looked bright in a couple of different areas, specifically Agard moving forward, with apologies to Delgado, who's done a brilliant job as well. But their set piece has been really their most dangerous moments.
The delivery has been brilliant on all their set pieces. And
whipped in. Had a step. Knotted up. Still in play. It'll be out for a goal kick. Again, the Dutch Lions getting a header. Well, I wouldn't say a free header, but again, it's Owen Travis getting his noggin on the ball. Unable to control that one.
Almost looked like a defensive header there. I think he just lost his footing and couldn't get any direction on it. But yet again, a brilliant ball in. A little less whip on that one. Harder to redirect.
The pressure comes and the distribution made. Flips it, trying to find the runner, Ledoux. But it's East Atlanta who's onto it. Pushed wide. Manaf over, wins the header. That'll trickle out of play. That'll be a yellow card shown to Aaron Crabtree.
Looked like the assistant referee there communicated to the center that there had been a push off the ball after the play, and caution issued.
East Atlanta caution issued to number 15, Aaron Crabtree. Crabtree cautioned in the 71st minute.
20 minutes left to go in this contest, and clipped through the top. Settled well with time. The shot. Payne scoops it. Wonder if he was trying. It lands almost right in front of him, so he dives forward to scoop it before the short hop. That's just an awkward area for any goalkeeper.
Torres with an ambitious effort there. Almost seemed like he had time to take it down, but he went for the half volley, and good connection, but not enough power.
From the back, here's Manaf. Trying to find Miller. Knotted up. Oh, what a brilliant first touch. 1-2 Miller giving chase. It's played back. Held in. Oh, nifty bit of footwork from McMullen. McMullen very wide. That'll be out for an Asheville City throw. But boy, the bravery of McMullen on the ball. I love a goalkeeper that's comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Butterflies in the stomach there for Dutch Lions, but he got away with it.
Turn the shot low. Scooped by McMullen.
Good effort there from Richards. Good pace, headed for the bottom corner. Good positioning from the goalkeeper.
Good touch. Vignali now striding forward. Left off far sideline. Asheville City in possession. Preto. Manaf. Tackled away. Asheville City. Dangerous location. Pushed in. Ledoux leaves it off. The shot. What a stop by McMullen. Boy, McMullen keeping it a one goal game. Good possession work from Ballas. Boy, Ledoux had a great shot at it. Boy, McMullen just up to the task. Vignali sliding it away, keeping it with Asheville City. Gama is directing traffic. Liveria.
And Richards has just some brilliance since he's come on. Winning every second ball, been attacking well, a few shots. Looked for Ledoux there and it didn't quite come off, but he's been an instant impact.
Clipped forward, Ballas giving chase, trying to keep it in. And that'll be a foul spotted on Juan Ballas. It'll be a free kick for the Dutch Lions. Down 1-0. About 16 minutes left to go in regular time, plus any stoppage time. That trickles out over the end line just in front of Agard.
Seems like City finding their feet again a little bit in the last 5 to 10 minutes, a little more possession, seeing a little bit more of what we saw in the first 15 minutes of the first half.
Ballas, Richards, and Oliveria looking bright coming into the match. The trio off of the substitution. Ballas loses it out, but won back by Richards. The battle on the far sideline is out for a Dutch Lions throw on the far sideline.
At a point in the season where there's everything to gain for these substitutions, the lineups are certainly not solidified. Still looking for the guys who can make an impact, and these substitutions are certainly doing that.
A foul spotted as two players hit the ground and it's whistled against Asheville City. Both players really kind of tugging on each other's jerseys. I feel like that's probably fair given the balance of who fell first.
Felt like a 50-50. Could have gone either way.
One touch miscommunication. Here's Richards. Pushed wide. It's going to be a long run for Miller. Miller giving chase. It'll be played in for McMullen. McMullen boots it deep down the center of the pitch. What a one touch. My goodness. and a foul. I think that ball just getting away from Gavin Scott, and he does the smart thing.
Unlucky. I don't know that Pretzel made much contact there, but nonetheless a smart play and another dangerous area here for the Dutch Lions for Delgado to put yet another whipped ball into the box.
Delgado's ability on getting these set pieces into the box in dangerous locations can't be overstated.
Again, look for Travis here.
Victor Delgado. They're queuing up back post. That's where the delivery comes. Bodies on the floor. Ball is loose. It's kicked away. Whistle spotted a foul against East Atlanta. It'll be a free kick for Asheville City in their own box.
Once again, fans, Asheville City Soccer Club wishes to thank Ingalls.
Into the final 15 minutes of this contest, plus any stoppage time. Matt Strantley here with Ben Neal. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll be back again on Wednesday here. The women have a game at 7 o'clock Wednesday against North Carolina Courage. Be sure to come out and tune in for that one.
Knotted down. A 1-1 draw against the Fusion to start their season, and that was an exciting first half and two teams that were just, almost directly evenly matched. It was both teams had a couple of chances. Defense did what they should. 1-1 felt right and reasonable for both teams.
Agreed. I think the women are looking ahead to an impressive season. They had an up and down season last year, but they've brought back some of the same great players as last year and brought in some really strong players, a lot of players out of the SEC. So look for the women to really make it push this season.
Women's team that does have a decidedly, look at this pass. That's brilliant. Miller on the ball. Miller touched around the goalie. The shot. Oh, what a stop. McMullen goes to ground, gets up, dives down, makes the save, saves the match for East Atlanta Dutch Lions. What a play by Trevor McMullen. What an incisive pass to put Max Miller in on goal.
Absolutely inch perfect, and Miller rounded the keeper but couldn't find the angle.
78 minutes gone. It'll be a corner for Asheville City. Substitution in the offing, the goal. It's brilliant, isn't it? Asheville City goes up 2-1 off the head of Frank Gamez. I've always been a fan of defender goals, and I thought Owen Travis probably favored to do it, but it's Frank Gamez out of Elon who gets the goal. Asheville City takes a 2-0 lead.
We talked about Preto earlier, his composure on the ball. Gamis has been just as composed on the ball in the back, but going forward, what a header. Brilliant ball, stood up to the back post. Gamis, no mistake on the header, powers it into the top right.
Two substitutions now for East Atlanta Football Club. It'll be Tom Kelly wearing number 7 coming in. Also for East Atlanta, the Dutch Lions, will be Siku Egard.
Trademark blue smoke for Asheville City.
Asheville City goal scored by number 5.
Rising
Frank
after a brilliant header from
Gamis.
Gamis.
Goal.
It'll be Liam Healy in. It'll be Alexis Ledoux out for Asheville City. And a deflection. Here comes Asheville City. Oh, that is a bad foul. And that'll be a straight red issued to East Atlanta. It's a yellow-red given to Budeka in the 81st minute.
And you have to say, as a straight red, that would be harsh, but already on a yellow.
I don't think there's a way that that's a straight red unless there were a lot of words said on the way through.
But certainly no way it wasn't a second yellow either. So
Yeah, I think they got it just right. Unlucky for Budeka, who got himself into trouble thinking he could win at the speed of Ballas beating him there, and then it was just he couldn't get out of the way in time. Bad luck, yes. Yellow card, absolutely. It'll be Horvano to put the ball in. Floats one in, looking back post. Knotted up, not out of trouble yet. Vignali settles. Loose touch, and it's East Atlanta settling on it. Rolled on the ground. Booted away at full speed for Horvano. Boy, Gavin Scott is as rapid as you would think. It'll be an Asheville City throw near sideline.
And you have to say, the Dutch Lions really looked the more dangerous team, the more likely to score for most of the second half. But the last 15 minutes, Asheville City's played themselves back into the game. And in a span of 3 minutes, you take a 2-goal lead. The Dutch Lions go down to 10 men. A dream 5 minutes for Asheville City as they look to close strong.
It was really the introduction of Ballas, Richards, and Oliveria. The timing of it just about right for the Blues as they came on and impacted the game in a very positive manner.
For me, Richards has been the difference since he's come on. Just brilliant every second ball. Another booking here.
It'll be Ballas. Given the yellow. Ballas in the 83rd minute.
And you have to say, somewhat unlucky for McMullen. He's played a brilliant second half, and Gamis with too much conviction, too much power in the header beat him. But
Boy,
what a second half. It takes a header like that to beat McMullen.
He was beaten. He was rounded by Max Miller. And the speed to get up and get in the way, it's unheard of.
83rd minute of play.
Dove and got back up. It was
Unbelievable. You never see that. I've honestly never seen a goalkeeper commit to the ground the way that McMullen did. Get rounded, which he did,
Absolutely.
and then get back into the play. That's bonkers. And it says a lot about the skill. And McMullen's been beaten by 2 really good shots. That's it.
Anderson's strike in the first half, unstoppable, and similar with Gamis here in the second.
I mean, he's full stretch in the first half, and it trickles by his fingertips and just tucks inside the far post. I mean, to say it's bad luck for McMullen to be down 2-0, I think it's very accurate.
But also a credit to Asheville City and their finishing.
Josiah Blanton.
Overhit there, and Asheville City will make a substitution.
Will be Blanton coming on for the Blues.
Asheville City. Entering the match, number 13, Josiah Blanton.
Exciting here for the Blues. Familiar face. Josiah Blanton was a staple in last year's team and really just a strong performer throughout the season. Excited to see him back this year. And Manaf, you have to say, put in a heck of a shift.
Really
at right back.
A sprightly job by Jacksonville University's own Abdul Manaf. As Josiah Blanton.
Josiah Blanton on in the 85th minute.
In the
of play.
85th minute. Blanton, a very mobile center back. And he'll do well on the left side of this 3-back formation.
If my memory serves me correctly, he was somewhat of a utility player. He played multiple positions last year and just versatile skill set. Really excited to see him back this year.
The James Madison product. Again, the CAA. We talked about it in the first half. They are a very bright conference. They've got some fantastic teams. Talked about James Madison, talked about Campbell, their new introduction into the CAA. 85 minutes gone in the contest.
The JMU connections run deep here at Asheville City. O'Bara and Blanton both replacing for the Blues in the second half.
Curling ball, dangerous ball.
Who else?
Foul spotted.
Who else but Travis on the header?
It was a well-battled ball, and it was Travis going for it, and he's looked every bit as dangerous as you would hope a defender coming up for a set piece would look. A bit unlucky not to have one to his name. I honestly, it took a bonkers save from Jared Payne to keep the clean sheet. We talk about how unlucky McMullen is to be down 2-0. Let's talk about how unlucky Owen Travis is not to have one to his name.
Payne was downright fantastic the last 15 minutes there in the first half. Kept the Blues in it. Really could have been 2-1 down at halftime. And save after save.
That was a tough foul. The challenge coming in on Crabtree. Ball out. It'll be last touched by Asheville City. Dutch Lions throw far sideline.
You have to highlight the work of both Horvino and Vignali in this game. Neither of them substituted a full shift for both of them, and they've just been tireless.
The shot from distance, curling always rising. It'll be a goal kick for Asheville City.
Down 2-0, 3 minutes left.
The 90th minute,
Why not have a pop?
Asheville City Soccer Club is committed to being a good steward of Greenwood Field. Please lend your club a hand by picking up all your trash and one additional item.
Jared Payne with the distribution deep down the center of the pitch.
Let's keep our facility
Played
clean.
through the ground very well. Now pushed wide. It'll be a foot race. Trying to get onto the end of it is Scott. And Scott spotted on the foul. Good sportsmanship as Scott helping up his defensive compatriot. As Gamma is the goal scorer. Back to his feet.
And have to highlight Max Miller here on the right side as well, along with Vignali and Horvino. Full shift for him and a great debut for the Blues. Really exciting prospect out of Kentucky. Hearing as he commits the foul, super exciting things for him this season ahead.
Alexi Morel coming in. Substituting for Gavin Scott.
Alexi Morel, number 18. Replaces number 9, Gavin Scott. Morel for Scott in the 89th minute of play.
Well, Scott rapid, really is good with the ball at his feet. A great job defensively by the Blues.
And you have to say, we've talked about those 15 minutes in the first half where Payne had a lot to do. But despite a fair amount of Dutch Lions pressure, hasn't had to make a save in the second half, except for a sighter or two from Long.
Pushing the ball. Here comes Ballas. Ballas on the far sideline. Haggard watching him, trying to turn the corner, keeping it in. Good, strong possession by Travis. Trying to work quickly in transition. Good bit of interplay. The ball tackled away. Off of a hand, inadvertent, but still a foul. A whistle, and we're going to see a yellow for dissent. No, it'll be for an earlier foul in the build-up to play. That one given to Owen Travis in the 90th minute.
Cards piling up now for the Dutch Lions.
That's
City
the
have their fair share.
5th card. Asheville City with 3.
Caution in the 90th minute.
3 minutes of added time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official is indicating there'll be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes of added time.
As we enter the added time portion of the program, Asheville City leads 2-0 over East Atlanta Dutch Lions. Thinking back to last season, this is a vastly improved Dutch Lions team.
And credit to Asheville City. As much as you could say East Atlanta's been unlucky equally, Asheville City has been bend, don't break, dominating the first 20 minutes, dominating the last 20. But everything in the middle there, the Dutch Lions had sustained pressure, and City really never broke down. Strong performance from the back line. Really excited to see the introductions of Gamis and Preto here this season.
Ballas, Richards, and Oliveria have been bright and sprightly and sort of pushed the momentum back in Asheville City's favor. A high looping ball nodded away by, looked to be Blanton. What a slide tackle. Had to get it right and did just that. Somehow saved in, but saved directly to Delgado. Delgado on the ball. Given his ability on the free kicks, on those corner kicks, Delgado's delivery is something special. And a foul spotted on the shot taken from distance by Morel.
And you have to imagine Delgado will stand over this one, though. Dutch Lions players swarming the ball. Delgado's service has been brilliant tonight, and really him and Agard, for me, have been the man of the matches for the Dutch Lions.
Do you take a shot from that distance, and it looks to come over to De Vries, who's placing the ball. De Vries may try to take a shot from this distance. It would be quite a goal. It'll be De Vries standing over it along with Delgado. De Vries, I always go with whoever placed the ball is the most likely kick taker. De Vries having placed the ball.
Absolutely, he looks likely to shoot here.
De Vries on the approach, the right-footed shot curling. That's going to curl past the near post.
Good effort, hard from that distance.
It has to be just perfect, doesn't it, from that distance?
It does. You either have to get it up and down or hope for a low ball like that to sneak into the corner, and it wasn't far off.
With the wall there, you can't even pop it over the wall and hope for a knuckler. As Payne's distribution, the official checking the watch. Knotted down, trying to move quickly. Blanton gets ahead on it. Booted way, way away, but held in by East Atlanta on possession.
Resolute defending from Blanton there in the dying seconds.
Tackled away. It'll be a free kick for the Dutch Lions. Kick taken quickly. In the last couple of minutes, stolen away. Quickly in transition. Here's Miller looking up, trying to get around to the sideline. Does so, looking to get to the end line. Taken down, foul spotted. It'll be a free kick for Asheville City.
I must say, it looked like he got a lot of ball there. Miller, brilliant run, just rounding out a workhorse of a performance for him.
I'll say that Miller, his step between the defender and the ball was intentional, so that the contact would come with him first. And the blasts on the whistle tells us that that is full time. The final score, Asheville City 2, and it's the East Atlanta Dutch Lions 0. 3 points going to Asheville City to start their campaign.
Have to be happy with that one. Strong performance from the Blues. Withstood some pressure and came out with real quality for 2 goals. And a lot of good performances from debutants out there. If you're Scott Wells and the Blues, you have to be happy with that performance.
If I'm looking at it for the Dutch Lions, this is a dangerous team and a team that I do not want to play in the coming weeks, month and a half. This is a team that's only going to get better. They dominated for large swaths of the game when it comes to possession. They had a couple of very, very legitimate chances. This could easily be 2-2. This could easily be 1-1. I think it would be harsh for Asheville City to lose this matchup, but I think it's harsh that the Dutch Lions have the scoreline of 2-0.
I agree, and with some really formidable exits from this division in the USL 2 this year, I can't help but think that you'll be seeing these 2 teams towards the top of the table. East Atlanta has provided consistent competition since the Blues have been playing for years on end, and I have to think that these will be two of the teams near the top come the end of the season, and I'm excited to see the reverse fixture.
This is a very stacked region, and now that you see the Dutch Lions on the up, which is great to see if you're an East Atlanta fan or just a fan of good soccer overall. Kadeem Agard, dangerous player, and Victor Delgado brights brightly. Bad luck from Budeka with the red card on the double yellow. Good job by him and Travis for the majority of the match defending. Owen Travis, owner of two of the best chances on goal for East Atlanta. For Asheville City, that gives them 3 points moving into their first, moving through their first contest. It doesn't get much better than that for Asheville City and the Blues.
Blue smoke rising, and come on, Eileen, you know what that means for the Blues. A great 3 points to kick off their USL2 season.
We'll take a moment as the South Slope Blues celebrating with Asheville City Soccer Club. East Atlanta, the newly minted Dutch Lions. And talked to Coach Sam Walker a little bit before the match, and he talked about really getting the culture right. And I think that in a very short period of time with the Dutch Lions rebrand, that Coach Walker's really carried this program in the right direction a good bit.
Stayed calm. It was a chippy game, and I think you saw the character of both teams shine through. It really could have gotten out of hand there, but both teams toed the line just enough. Obviously a second yellow for East Atlanta, but I think overall both teams kept it within the lines for the most part.
As we get you set, it'll be Tennessee versus Asheville City coming up May 27th at 7:30. The next match for Asheville City. And in this division, nothing really gets easier, does it?
No, it doesn't. And the Blues had a fantastic season last season. They look to build upon it this year with, you have to say, their top-end talent returning, some top-end additions. You can't help but look forward and think that this could really be a defining season for the Blues.
For East Atlanta, the Dutch Lions, it's a matchup against SC United Bantams. If you remember, they won the division and went deep into the playoffs. Did they win the playoffs 2 years ago, the Bantams? I think they might have.
I believe they won the playoffs 2 years ago.
And that is coming up on May 27th, so it's good to see. East Atlanta 2 years ago made the playoffs. It was the Bantams 2 years ago that won the playoffs. It's good to see East Atlanta back on firmer ground, looking positive, and unlucky perhaps in the 2-0 loss as they take on the Bantams, who are looking to rebound from a year that was short of expectations for SC United. For now, we're going to send you out with a thanks to the Asheville City sponsors who made tonight's broadcast possible. Your final score, Asheville City Soccer Club 2, East Atlanta Dutch Lions 0. For Ben Neal, for Alan Ellis, I'm Matt Strandley saying so long from Greenwood Field. Asheville City takes all 3 points.